Hi there, Karen Flaherty from Living by Human Design. Hope you're doing well today. Today we're going to be talking about the Gate 32, which is called duration or continuity. And I want to apologize for being away for the last few weeks. There's been quite a bit going on in my personal life, including a wedding and a baby shower and three different passings, unfortunately, and then a hurricane. So it's been quite an adventure the last month or so, but let's get back to it with the Gate 32. Okay, so this week we got the Sun in Gate 32, and it started on Sunday, October 13th, and it goes until October 20th. The Earth is in Gate 42, which is completion. So together they make a nice pairing. Again, the 32 is coming off the bottom of the spleen here, and the 42 is coming off the bottom of the sacral. And together they're like, I mean, 32 does connect to the 54. So if you have that entire channel, that's nice. 32 is all about continuity of business, usually. We call it part of the business channel or part of the business circuit. And this channel in particular is all about creating and transforming a business into a successful business. And so the 32 is all about the continuity part of that, the duration, the endurance that's needed to do that. And the 54 is about the ambition behind it. So you don't necessarily have to have the ambition, but it certainly helps. And then the 42 is about completion. So if you have the 32, which is all about the business aspect of it, and then the 42 is about completions, it makes for a nice combination of gates in your chart. So the only definition we have this week is from the transits is from the ajna to the throat. So 17 is in the still in the North node, and then the 62 is in Mars. And so this continues throughout this period with the gate 32. And so the ajna and the throat are going to be defined the entire time. So if you have other things going on in your chart that would hook up with some of these transits, then you might have a defined throat if you don't normally, but otherwise it's not really a defined throat. For those of us who don't have a defined throat anyway, like the generators and projectors and reflectors, it has to hook up to a motor to actually be defined or motorized so that you can speak and be heard more easily. So if you were thinking that you were going to get a defined throat this week, yes, it is defined, but it's connected to the ajna, which doesn't give it all that much power. Meanwhile, the retrograde planets are Saturn, Neptune, Uranus, as well as the nodes, and the nodes are kind of dancing back and forth between retrograde and direct, really literally every few days during this October period. And so they're kind of going in and out of direct versus retrograde. And then Pluto actually did go direct on the 12th of October. And so that's no longer retrograde. And that's, moved into its next iteration. So the sun, again, is in gate 32. It's called continuity or duration in the original I Ching. And the way they describe it in the book is the only thing which endures is change. And if you've been around the block a few times, you certainly know that that's the truth. This gate is really helpful for keeping grounded while we're in change, right? It's one of those things that you just know things are going to change, but how we react to the changes is what keeps us, stable and grounded and as much in our bodies as possible. This is, don't forget, connected to the spleen, and the spleen is all about being in your body. It's about intuitive knowing, but it's also about intuitively knowing what's going on with your body and how to stay in concert with that, right? How to mind your body, how to be aware of what's going on with your body so that you can be as much in your body as possible and grounded and stable and reacting to the changes in a way that doesn't seem out of sorts for you or for anybody around you. In the incarnation crosses this week, we've got the crosses of Maya, conservation and limitation. And then in quantum human design, it is called endurance. And then the gate 42, which is completions. It's also increase or growth in the original I Ching. It's the expansion of the resources, which maximize the development of full potential. And so you can see how that works nicely with the continuity, right? You're working within the change, within all the things that are bound to change, right? Whether you're in a business or relationship or anything else, but mostly this is regarding business. The 32 is, as I said, part of the business circuit. And so it really, when we talk about it, it's usually in the context of business, your partner's business, your the businesses that are around you. It's that literally the continuity that makes a difference. I mean, just think about it. We just went through a hurricane here in Florida, a pretty big one. And fortunately, we weren't affected too much. It was downgraded to a category 1 by the time it got to the East Coast, but it hit the West Coast at a 3. And so they had a lot of damage. And what happens? Everybody's trying to continue. Everybody's got the duration mentality. Everybody's, working together. And just like they are up in the Carolinas because of Hurricane Helene, just 2 weeks ago, we are in the midst of this rebuilding, right? Renovating, rebuilding, whatever needs to be done to get the businesses up and running again and to get the houses up and running again. Because without the community, the businesses don't run, and vice versa, right? So it's really a community effort to make sure that all happens hand in hand, right? So it's actually a great energy to have this week, the continuity and the completions, right? Making sure that the things are getting done, things are getting started, things are moving along, but that we're also having some completions as well. So with any luck, we'll have air conditioning sometime soon. We do have our power back, but the air conditioning isn't working. So different things for different people, right? Everybody's, handling it as best they can and trying to get stuff done. And I'm just hearing fire engines again. So hopefully things are moving along as best they can. And of course, we're sending prayers and donations as much as we can to help the people who in need, because there are a lot of people in need. So here's to continuity and completions this week. Hope you have a great one. I look forward to seeing you next time. Be well.